All right, now let's head on to other markets. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the crypto market. Fresh, brand new week right here, but we see Bitcoin there, $25,966. Dominant sitting at 47% there, 68. But it's a mixed picture. That's what we have right here. Ethereum, the red, Bitcoin in the green. Looking at Coin360, telling us the color of the market right now. So it's quite mixed sentiment we're seeing right now. Let's look at the sentiment there. We see it's obviously still neutral or something, but we see cryptocurrencies we track here. Bitcoin, $25,966, up marginally there, 0.09%. Yeah, that was about 8 a.m. this morning. Ethereum, $1,600. That was on the flip side, down 0.08%. BNB, that's the native token for Binance Exchange, that's up 0.05%. Not been able to get back to that $300 level for a while now. Cardano, 25 cents, up 0.21%. And we see XRP there still hanging on strong to this 50 cent level after breaking about 80 cents on that winning case against the SEC in the US, up 0.61%. So let's take a look at what we could expect, or what we can expect for this market and Bitcoin price action in this month of September. Joining me now, Eliman Dambo, joining me from the UK. Hello, Eliman, great to have you.
Oh, hey, Lottie. Thank you for having me as always.
Fantastic. Always great to have you, Eliman. So I know you're going to look at your crystal ball, which are the indicators, and you're going to tell me what you're seeing for September for Bitcoin price action. Are we in overbought or oversold level? What are you seeing?
Yeah, no, I think last week in particular was pretty interesting. Of course, earlier on in the week, we saw a rise in Bitcoin, of course, climbing over 28K after Grayscale, the asset manager, of course, won its ruling against the SEC. So that kind of gave markets a bit of optimism. Since then, the optimism has somewhat faded, and of course, we are starting September relatively oversold. So prices are oversold, which in a way is a positive for longer term bulls looking to take prices a bit higher as the month goes on.
And looking into September, are you seeing this oversold level? Are you seeing investors, maybe taking advantage? Are we seeing some volume, coming in?
Yeah, I think with trading, whether it's crypto, whether it's crude oil, whether it's gold, you always need to look at what has happened historically at a particular time. And historically, towards the end of August, start of September, and as September goes along, we have historically seen a lot of bullish pressure. So with prices being oversold, with that history having the chance of repeating itself, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of bulls lurking in the market, aiming to take price back above 30K.
But do you see risk for more downside, price action for Bitcoin and Ethereum?
With Bitcoin in particular, I think there is a chance it falls below 25K. So the lowest it has reached recently, of course, we saw June 14th, it dropped below that 25K level. So there is an opportunity for that to happen. But again, you have to look at the volume, especially the RSI. In recent times, we've seen it trend below 20, where typically below 30 is oversold. So it has been extremely oversold in recent weeks. So even though it can continue to fall, there is a limit to that. For like I heard you say earlier on, there's only so much the market can go up, but the same works the other way around. There's only so much the market can go down. So I think that logic kind of is in play with BTC. I do believe it could potentially fall and consolidate a bit more, but I think that would be probably around 24K should be the next floor.
Yeah, definitely. We still have that debate right now. Some say the bull market is over. Some say, what bull market? We've been in a bear market. But some will say, zoom out, from the chart, and then you see the true picture. I don't know if you've zoomed out lately, but what are you seeing? Is this still a bull market, or was there a bull market in this market?
I think in this market, it would be hard to say it's been a bull market. I think for the most part, the market's been in consolidation. So even if you zoom out, you can see there are still some levels to be broken. And in particular with Bitcoin, you're looking at the 32K mark. When that's broken, then I think you could probably start looking more towards 40K. In terms of Ethereum, Of course, we saw as early as pretty much the mid July, we saw prices at 2K. So I still believe there is optimism for ETH to head back towards 3K, 4K as well towards the end of the year. But again, it's a case of the conditions, the market conditions now, what's happening in the US with the Fed, what's happening with inflation globally. So I think once some of those conditions start to fade is when we're going to see a return of investor and trader confidence.
And definitely, I'm wondering what's going to happen this week. Are we still going to see some sideways action, or is there some potential for a spike this week?
Yeah, and I think you have to look at this week from the perspective of last week. Of course, we had GDP from the US, we had non-farm payrolls, we had consumer confidence. So there was a lot of economic data all coming out at once. So that did lead to a lot of market consolidation. This week, we aren't seeing so much in the form of economic data. There's a few headlines here and there. Of course, today markets in the US are closed with Labor Day celebration and things of that nature. So typically, when you do have
right. All right. Okay.
Events such as holiday views tend to rally on the Tuesday once they do reopen.
Right, and I wonder, because Bitcoin never closes, Ethereum doesn't close, hope maybe there might be some kind of interesting price action today, even though there's a holiday in the US. Thank you so much, Element Dambo, financial market analyst. Always great having your perspective.
Cheers, thanks so much.